Hey everyone, welcome back. Working alone at night changes how you see the world. The places that bustle during the day become hollow, too quiet, too bright in patches, too dark in corners. Every sound stands out. The buzz of a vending machine, the distant clank of pipes, your own breathing. And when you're the only one there, the line between imagination and reality blurs fast. Something moves just out of sight. Or maybe it doesn't. Maybe it's been watching you the whole time. Tonight, 4 disturbing true stories from people who worked alone at night. These accounts come from viewers and similar experiences shared online. Regular jobs turned unsettling when the lights dimmed and the doors locked. No coworkers to laugh it off with, no one to call out to, just you. And whatever else is in the building. If you work nights alone, or know someone who does, listen closely. These might hit closer than you think. Story 1. The security guard and the lights that turned themselves on. This is from a viewer named Chris. He worked overnight security at an old office building in a quiet industrial area. The place was 3 stories, mostly empty after 6 p.m. His job: patrol floors, check doors, monitor cameras from the lobby desk. He was alone every shift, no partner, no relief until morning. One night around 2:45 a.m., he was on the 2nd floor doing rounds. The motion lights were set to save energy, only triggered by movement. As he walked the hallway, lights snapped on ahead of him, off behind. Normal, but then he noticed lights flickering on in rooms he hadn't entered yet. Conference room at the end door closed. No windows facing the hall. Light bloomed under the door. Bright white, then dimmed like someone toggled the switch. Chris froze, heart rate up. He keyed his radio habit, even though no one answered at that hour. Control, 2nd floor, possible intruder in conference room, be static. He approached slowly, flashlight beam shaking slightly. The light inside went off as he got close. He pushed the door open, empty. Chairs neat, table clear. But the air felt warmer, like body heat lingering. And on the table, a single coffee mug still steaming. Black coffee, no lid. He hadn't brought any. No one else in the building. He backed out, locked the door, continued patrol. But now every floor's lights behaved strangely. Flickering on in empty offices as he passed, off when he looked back. By 4 a.m., he was in the lobby, staring at the camera feeds. One feed from the 3rd floor showed the hallway lights cycling on, off on, like someone walking the length of the corridor. No figure on camera. Just the lights following an invisible path. He called the police. Non-emergency. They arrived, searched nothing, no signs of entry. Cameras showed only him moving around. But the mug? Gone when they checked. Chris finished the shift shaking. Next night, same thing. Lights in unused rooms turning on ahead of him. He started leaving early, quit a month later. To this day, he says on quiet nights at home, he still hears that faint click of switches flipping in empty rooms. Story 2. The gas station clerk and the customer who knew the routine. From Taylor. Overnight clerk at a 24-hour gas station off a rural highway. Shifts from 10 p.m. to 6 a.m., alone after the last shift change. Most nights, truckers pumping diesel, insomniacs buying smokes, the occasional drunk. The store had bright fluorescents inside, but outside was pitch black except for the pump islands. One night around 3 a.m., a regular came in, middle-aged guy, always black coffee and lottery tickets. Paid cash, no chit-chat, but this time he leaned on the counter, stared a little too long. You always restock the energy drinks at 2:30, right? Before the rush. Taylor hadn't told anyone that routine. Laughed nervously. Yeah, habit. Guy smiled, left. Next shift, same guy. Your boss leaves the back door unlocked sometimes. For smoke breaks. Taylor's stomach dropped. Boss did that occasionally, but never mentioned to customers. The guy paid, left. Taylor checked the door unlocked. Locked it immediately. 3rd night, guy entered, no purchase. Just stood by the coolers, watching. Taylor on edge, hand near the panic button. Guy finally approached. You lock up tighter now. Smart. but I still hear you humming when you mop at 4 a.m. Taylor froze. He did hum old songs while cleaning alone, or so he thought. Guy left without buying anything. Taylor reported it. Police said keep records. Installed extra cameras. But the guy kept coming, always knowing details. What song played on the radio at 1 a.m. when the coffee pot was refilled. Even a text Taylor sent his girlfriend about being bored. Details no one outside could know. One night, 4:15 a.m., power flickered. When it came back, the guy was inside standing behind the counter. No entry on cameras. Taylor backed up, hit the alarm. Guy just smiled. I like watching you work alone. Makes the night less boring. Lights flickered again, Guy gone, alarm silent. Cameras showed Taylor alone the whole time. Taylor quit the next day. Still checks locks obsessively. Says on quiet nights he hears faint humming, not his own. Story 3. The Warehouse Stalker and the Shadows That Followed. From Miguel. Overnight stalker at a large distribution warehouse, massive aisles, high racks, conveyor belts silent after midnight. He worked alone in his section, forklift beeping occasionally, but mostly quiet except for the low hum of ventilation. One shift around 1 a.m., he felt watched. Glanced up, nothing. Kept stacking boxes. Then movement in peripheral. Shadow darting between racks. Thought rat or loose pallet wrap. Ignored it. But it happened again, taller shadow, humanoid, slipping behind a pallet just as he turned. He radioed, no answer, signal weakened back. Grabbed flashlight, swept beams, empty aisles. But footprints and dust on the floor, fresh, boot prints, size large, leading parallel to his path. No one else scheduled. Next night, shadow returned. This time closer, reflected in a metal shelf, tall figure standing motionless 2 aisles over. Miguel spun, gone, but the footprints now circled his forklift. He worked faster, heart pounding. Around 3 a.m., heard breathing slow, heavy behind a stack. Called out, "Who's there?" Silence. Then footsteps retreating, slow and deliberate. He finished, left early. Told supervisor, reviewed cameras. Him alone all night. No shadows, no prints visible on feed. But Miguel saw them every shift after. Shadows mimicking his movements, always just out of direct view. One night he shone the light directly, figure froze, then melted into darkness like smoke. Miguel switched to days. Says the warehouse still feels watched when he drives by at night. Story 4. The Janitor and the Empty School Wing. From Sarah. Night custodian at an elementary school, alone after 11 p.m., cleaning classrooms, hallways. Building locked, alarm set. One winter night, she was in the older wing, dim lights, echoey floors. Around 2 a.m., heard children's laughter faint from down the hall. Thought prank or radio left on. Followed it, empty classrooms. Laughter stopped. Then footsteps, small, running behind her. Spun, nothing. But wet footprints on tile, small sneakers, leading to a closet. She opened it, empty. But inside, a drawing on the wall, crayon, fresh, stick figure, teacher with help scratched below. Ink still wet. Sarah backed out, called police. Searched, nothing, no entry, no kids. Cameras showed her alone. Next nights, laughter returned, always after midnight. Footsteps followed her rounds. One time in a mirror at the end of the hall, reflection showed small figures standing behind her, gone when she turned. She quit after a month. Says she still hears faint giggles on quiet nights. Those are the 4 stories. Working alone at night feels peaceful at first, until the silence starts to listen back. Lights that shouldn't turn on, customers who know too much, shadows that copy your steps, echoes of children who aren't there. If you've worked alone and felt that prickle on your neck, send your story in. Thanks for listening. Subscribe for more true horror, hit the bell. And if you're on shift tonight, maybe keep talking to yourself. It helps remind you you're alone, or maybe not. Stay safe out there.